Good afternoon, dear friends. Today I would like to talk about a rather taboo topic as doping, never losing its relevance. Many, I think, heard at least once on the internet or from acquaintances. In this concept, we will put and all known forms of steroids, growth hormone, and various stimulants. Just food for thought. This topic is full of controversy and discussion. Perhaps you are now facing the choice of going to the dark side of training. This video is ideal for you. Here you will understand what risks and dangers to your health you want to go. I hope this video will be useful to someone. Let's get started. Let me tell you right away, the author does not support the use of steroids in any form, not in any small dose. So what drives people to use doping? Throughout history, people have been inspired by the ability to control their bodies to the max, be it to run faster, jump farther, and more. The use of doping to enhance athletic performance was known as far back as the 3rd century BC in ancient Greece, where Olympic athletes ate fly agaric to achieve victory. Scientists managed to isolate the chemical testosterone only in 1935, and in the same year it was found that it has an effect on the body, contributes to the increase in muscle mass. The first test of anabolic drugs occurred in 1941 on a horse named Holloway. The most prominent representative and the best known is testosterone. The main male sex hormone, androgen, has pronounced anabolic properties. It is secreted by the Leydig cells of the testes in men, as well as in small amounts by the ovaries in women and the adrenal cortex in both sexes. Psychologists identify 5 main reasons why people participate in sports, and based on these reasons, paradoxically, there are 5 reasons for the use of doping. 1. For fun. 2. Because of the pressure of their social group. 3. To improve athletic performance. 4. To improve general physical fitness. 5. For a sense of risk. Now it becomes clearer why this topic is so relevant nowadays. Many people foolishly or deliberately do not tell the whole truth. We consider the media or social sphere that has and influences ordinary people who follow them and want a dream body. The same strength and speed as that guy. Taking at least the anti-estrogen theme that is at its peak right now, we can add Sarmos to the mix. By the way, they're the ones that prompted the creation of this video. In defense of testosterone, it should be said that it has a huge medical and scientific research base of more than 50 years. All newfangled types of doping in the best case have 1, 2 commercial studies or are still at the stage of preclinical testing. For example, such a popular SARM as GW1516 generally has pronounced carcinogenic properties, and its study has been suspended. If we look at the side effects of steroids, the list of side effects is very long, so let's just list them a little bit. As for the oral form of steroids, there is a definite correlation between their use and the development of liver and cholestasis disorders. There have been some cases of prostate cancer which tumor disorders on the side of the heart, myocardial infarctions, cardiomyopathy, and cases of strokes, temporary infertility. On the side of the skin occur in cases of baldness and acne. On the side of the blood, there is a change in lipid structures. In simple words, decreases the amount of good cholesterol and increases the amount of bad cholesterol. Also in men, gynecomastia and alopecia may take incurable forms, while in women the side effect will be an increase in hair. Anabolic steroids grossly interfere with the delicate and complex mechanism of hormonal regulation of body functions and are therefore particularly dangerous for adolescents and young men under the age of 21. While actively stimulating muscle growth, they do not cause a corresponding increase in the strength of tendons and ligaments, which leads to injuries, damage, and diseases of joints and tendons. It is important to note that these statements refer only to short-term effects. While the long-term effects are still almost unpredictable, from the experience of observing athletes, we can say that all these side effects are often irreversible. Even if we consider only heart disorders as an example, the heart increases in volume several times to cope with the new volume of blood, thus shortening its lifespan. It is like a car engine that is running at its maximum capacity. We have forgotten about growth hormone. Growth hormone contains 191 amino acids and makes up about 5 to 10% of the dry matter of the human pituitary gland. There are many drugs that affect the release of this hormone, but do not forget that its level is affected by physiological processes, sleep, exercise, low sugar levels, and stress. Similarly to the situation with steroids, studies on growth hormones are contradictory. The first claim that there is an increase in muscle mass only in case of its previous insufficiency. Other studies show a definite increase in muscle mass, but no increase in strength, among other things. There is information that the reduction in the volume of fatty tissue occurs in very modest limits, which are not comparable to the expectations of athletes. They are positioned as safer, but at the same time they are not 100% safe for health. In reviews you can often find a decrease in immunity, ebb and flow of potency, allergic reactions, bone pain. It may seem that all sounds not so terrible, but let's not forget about the side effects of GH. Acromegaly, the disease that is accompanied by thickening of soft tissues, excessive growth of bones, skull, arms, legs, as well as pathological increase in the heart, liver, kidneys. Half of patients with acromegaly do not live to 50 years, and 90% to 60 years. The increase in organs violates the production of insulin and leads to diabetes. The increase in blood cells leads to high blood pressure. There is also a risk of purchasing low-quality drugs on the black market. It is a whole industry. You will be lucky if you lose only money and get nothing without harm to your health. But there are dishonest people who, without proper education, without observing the rules of sterility, can make a life-threatening mixture, and it is not known how it can turn out for a person, another. Representative of doping is ergogenic substances. It is a very extensive group of drugs. Some of them are legal and help in the training process. Questions? Of course, yes. For this, of course, it will take more time. Be determined and follow their goals, because there is nothing impossible. Yes, perhaps a little less muscle volume, not so developed Venus. But it is not for the benefit of this image only we create in our heads. Often we begin to appreciate health only when we lose it. Therefore, please think carefully, and preferably 10 times before you risk your physical well-being. Remember, for every successful example, there are more than 100 unsuccessful experiments on their health. After all, sport is primarily about health, proper nutrition, intellectual development, expanding your social circle, but not about doping and self-harm. And that's all. Thanks to all who watch my videos. I just want to wish you good health. Do not give in to weaknesses, and success will inevitably be. See you in new videos. Thank you. Bye.